Okay, hello friends, we're back again with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile. Here I'm going to be bringing you my striker list that I topped locals with the other day. 40 cards. It's kind of a blind second build, so expect to see a lot of power spells in here. And let's just hop right into it, let's keep it quick. Okay, so for our main deck here, our pilots, 3-ray, 2 rows, we do like this, and 1 rota. I like having 2 rows just because I do play desires in here, so just in the off chance I do banish one or it gets like DD crowed or banished off like a Kashtira Birth or something. I have a second one just as backup. Thought about cutting it to 1, but I think this is a standard ratio that I'll be moving forward with. Nothing too much else to say about her. Next, for our other monsters we're playing, I'm playing our second monsters, 3 Gamma Seal, and a Pankratops. I also thought about maybe putting a bigger Kaiju engine in here, just because I like the Kaijus a lot more than Nibiru in this deck. Not only for the fact that these can't be negated, like if they go into the adventure negate, if they go into that right away, then the Nibiru is kind of not worth it. But yeah, the Kaijus, and it doesn't take up your zones, like the token will take up a zone, and you have to find a way to get the token off your field before you can use any of your spells. And Pank is pretty big, so it can run over some big threats, and then after battle phase you can just pop whatever you need to. Or if you just need to get something out of the way, just summon it and pop it right away. Hand traps, just running 3 Ash, 3 Imperm. Not too much else to say about that. Thought about playing Bells or Ogres, but I think just keeping it like that is fine. Okay, now going into our Skyscraper spells. For our 3 ofs, we have 3 Linkage. This card is absolutely insane. It's literally a custom card for the deck. It turns any card into a pilot, pretty much. And closing out games, comes in super clutch for closing out games, or OTKing even. And then 3 Widow Anchor. These are the only 3 ofs we're playing. Widow Anchor, also crazy. Works as pretty much another Imperm, but it can also be a Snatch Steal that you can just close out games with. Widow Anchor in battle phase is really funny. Playing 2 Afterburners. I like the spell and trap popping on this. Also thought about moving this up to 3, which I also might. Yeah, the back row popping is almost more important than the front row pop. And then for our 1-ofs, 1 Engage, I mean obviously, 1 Multi-Roll, of course. I don't think I'm using this card as much as I should. Moving forward, I'm probably going to be using it a lot more though. It's tempting just to get the spell you want right away though, instead of getting the Multi-Roll for the grind, but it's, yeah, gotta make more use of that card. 1 Hornet Drones, again, another pilot pretty much. 1 Area Space Zero. I really like this card. I might even put it up to more to also play with like a terraforming package. I've been playing around with this for a couple years now, and I really like playing what I call like a Dead Striker, just playing like a zombie world Sky Striker build. But I feel like not maining the zombie world is better just because in matchups that it doesn't hurt. It's just kind of a card that really doesn't give you much advantage. It doesn't disadvantage you at all because your strikers can always play under zombie world, but it just doesn't actually give you any advantage. And then 1 Shark Cannon. These are the 1-ofs. Yeah, I think this is fine. This worked out pretty well. I wouldn't change any of these, I don't think. Shark Cannon, some people don't even play this, but I like having the 1 just because, kind of like a rather be caught with it than without it kind of situation for me. And it's just also another name to add off Shizuku. And then for some going second cards, guess let's go with 2 does it first. Some draw power, 2 Pot of Desires, and an Upstart. Upstart's pretty much just a free card. The 1000 life points does take you out of range for the linkage OTK, but that's fine. You can just grind. And Pot of Desires, I am really having a battle with this card. Over the tournament, I drew this 3 times, and every single time I activated it, I drew the other desires. Every single time. So I'm legitimately thinking about just cutting this to 1, just so that doesn't happen. Because you don't want to resolve 2 of these in a game, then all of your spells are gone. You're probably going to banish pilots if you don't get them beforehand. So, yeah, I'm legitimately thinking about cutting this to 1. Because it's so annoying when you just draw the desires off desires. We'll go with these first as well. 2 tactics. Probably bump this up to 3 if I had a 3rd one, but I only have 2 for now. Yeah, I mean, every effect comes up really good in this deck. Like, if I want to draw, I can draw. Even though I have enough draw power, really, and searchability. The Take Control effect, I mean, I can just use that link into a Link 2, into one of my Charmers, or a Zeke. Or to swing for a game with it. And then the Look at Your Hand effect, obviously, is insane. Just take out whatever is a problem card in their hand. And then some... Also playing 1 Book of Moon. Was testing this out today. That's the kind of tournament that I was testing Book of Moons out. It's fine. That's really all I can say about it. It's fine. It's almost better, though, to have your opponent's monsters in face-up position for this deck. Because a lot of things target face-up cards, like Widow Anchor, Afterburners. They all target face-up cards, so... But I mean, if there's like a real threat that you need to get around, then this comes up, but I'm not sure if I'll keep it in or not. And then just some more blind second cards. Playing 3 Dark Hole. This card's crazy. Yeah, realistically, I could actually see this card getting hit again, I feel like. Yeah, I mean, it's Dark Hole. How much more is there to say about it? Oh, one thing you gotta remember, though, is if you Dark Hole, do not chain linkage to the Dark Hole. Wasn't thinking about it, made that mistake, and just completely threw a game by doing that. It was a big mistake. So, yeah. And I also like playing cards that you can play from your old collections, like just pulling out this Dark Hole from my like shoebox collection from back in the day, and it's still being like meta relevant is really cool to me. And then last 2 cards, Mind Control, Change of Heart. Like I said, just blind second, just take their board and beat them with it, pretty much. Yeah, cards are crazy. Change of Heart, I don't know how they brought that back. I don't know how they brought that card back. This card is not okay. Let's go to the extra deck. Extra deck is really simple. 3 Hayate, 3 Kagari, 3 Shizuku. These are my Link 1 pilots. I wasn't playing the Kaina. I probably will going forward, but I just didn't have one before, and I'll be honest, before I never saw the power in it, or the use of it, but now I really see it, and I probably will play one going forward. 2 Zeke. I'm probably going to cut this. I only made this maybe a couple times. If I ran out of using an opponent's monster to link, and then just linking back into your link ones, or spot removal pretty much. If I needed to banish a face-up trap or something. This card's pretty good. And also the second effect to gain 1,000. This has like a kind of almost a built-in linkage effect. It's alright. Probably cut that to 1 though. I was playing 2 Charmers. I would probably play a Hita over the area, or because I feel like that comes up a bit more, especially in this format. But this area was the only other one than the dark that I had right now. I also might play a Lina, either a Lina or a Hita. I'm not sure if I play 3 Charmers, but dark, of course, obviously you're always going to play, but you can play any other attribute. Unicorn, this is kind of my biggest removal in the deck. I wasn't playing a access code. Just didn't have one right now. I don't think it ever came up. So it probably could be swapped for something else, but I really like Unicorn, one of my favorite cards. And last card was actually just something that is actually just a Baguska, just in case you draw, if they make you go first and you just draw like a Ray and a Rose, just overlay those into the EMZ for a Baguska, and then just try and stall. Just overlay these and just try to stall. Came up once, but then it got kaiju'd immediately, so didn't really come up. I like playing this card. It's also one of my favorite cards, and I can actually make it in this deck pretty easily. It's a literal plan B in this deck. I wouldn't ever like go into the game assuming I'm gonna make it. And then for the side deck, 15 cards, of course. 3 nib. Three nib. There we go. I was still playing the nib, even though I like the kaijus. Came up. I think my opponent, if I remember correctly, just completely played through it, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, Nibiru, gotta play it this format. I feel like, even in this deck. But like I said, it locks off your own spell and trap zones, so it gets annoying. Or locks your conditions to meet, or locks you out of meeting the conditions by having a monster in your main monster zones. 3 Lancia again. Didn't really come up again, so it's really hard for me to comment on this card. I put it in for the Kashtira matchups and Brandon matchups, but I just feel like it just doesn't do enough. I'm probably going to take these out after this is like the second week of it not really doing too much. Those are the monsters for the side deck. I was playing 1 Duster, 1 Terraforming, 1 Zombie World. Like I said, just have these in the side. Going forward, this is going to be in the main deck. I'm not sure why I had it in the side in the first place, but it's definitely getting moved up to the main deck. Probably at least over one of the desires. And then if they make us go first, we just debarrier, decree them. Since everyone's running around with trap tricks these days, decree is an insane card to put in. Especially when you can power it with like a Widow Anchor to stop their Murmillo pop. It's really, really good. And then D-Barrier. I mean, it's D-Barrier. So yeah, that really rounds out the deck profile. Just kept it short and sweet this time. Not going to drag it out too long. Yeah, I beat Trap Tricks. Beat a stall player. Lost 2-1 versus Kashtira. Just got outgrinded. Or not, I didn't even get outgrinded, just ended the game too quick. And there was one other game I won. I think it was Sword Soul, it might have been. I forget. But yeah, really happy with this deck and its performance so far. Like I said, I've been playing this deck. This is another one of my pet decks, along with Adamantipator. Yeah. I actually brought this in a going first version to a regional a couple weeks ago, about a month ago probably at this point. It's going first build with like main decking the D barriers and the Tikabus in it at that point. Just didn't have enough gas, I felt like, to really perform going first. So that's why I just swapped it back to going second build. But yeah, really happy with it. Gonna be working on it still. I think this is gonna be turning into my main deck that I'm playing for the format, because I'm really having a lot of fun in playing it. So yeah, any comments, recommendations, feel free to leave a like, and I'll see you in the next deck profile, assuming I top. Bye.